over here for me, man.
Do not put your hands on me.
To touch you.
I'm putting my hands on
Okay. I have no reason. Stop walking away then.
Go up then. Back up.
Walk over there.
I'm not walking nowhere. I'm staying on the sidewalk like you just told me.
Okay,
You said go on the sidewalk. I'm on the sidewalk.
Why are you
telling me to do different stuff, you dumbass? You're a rookie. You said come on the sidewalk. I'm on the sidewalk. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying on the sidewalk.
Okay, grab him.
I'm staying on the sidewalk. I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying on this. No.
Get me out here.
I'm not moving. I'm staying on the sidewalk. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing anything, dude. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing. Okay, I will stop. Bro, I wasn't doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing anything. Oh. Oh. Your hands. No.
Dude.
Oh. Your hands. Oh.
Give us your hands.
Stop.
Stop.
Ow.
Stop.
Ow.
Stop. Okay, stop reaching.
You about to break my neck.
Okay, stop. Let go of your hands.
Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kahak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, shalom. Okay. I don't really have a title for this lesson, but you know, we're gonna talk about the clip you just seen dealing with the Jake that got hemmed up by the police, right? And then well, in the video you seen Jake, you know, some young little emotional mama boy Jake. You could tell he had that effeminate mama boy spirit on him. And one way you could tell by that is you know, Jake was irrational, you know. One thing I noticed about men who have an effeminate mama boy spirit on them, they blow everything out of proportion without thinking first. And you could tell that Jake, he was one of them type of people, right? But in the clip you seen, Jake was instructed by the police to, I think, stand on the sidewalk, and then I don't know exactly what happened, but then Jake started screaming at the police officer, "Don't touch me. Don't fucking touch me." And then Jake started cussing out the police, and then next thing you know, they pinned Jake on the floor, and you know, they forcing him to cooperate. And this is the common occurrence amongst you Israelites, okay, you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. It's like, why can't you niggas just use common sense and, you know, agree with the police so you can get them the fuck out of your face? All right. A lot of the times, Jake be out here blowing shit out of proportion. OK, and it don't even have to be that big of a deal. You know, the police pull him over for just to give him a traffic ticket. And Jake is, nigga, yeah, what the fuck, nigga? You got me fucked up, nigga. Nigga, what? You know? Nigga just act like a full-on baboon. So it's like, what is the police officer supposed to do? You know what I mean? They can't let your authority override theirs, so they're going to have to act with a physical force at some point. You know what I mean? And, our people, the reason why they do this and they lash out the way that they do against the police, right? The reason why they do that is really because they don't want to take accountability. Our people, they run from any form of accountability, all right? Niggas like to live their life free willy, all right? And they like to operate in a lifestyle where nobody tells them that they're wrong. You see, so when the police pull you over, you know what I mean? The police are pretty much kind of holding you accountable. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, sometimes you really might be doing some off shit. So here come the police to hold you accountable. Now, I'm not defending the police. All right. The police, a lot of them are wicked. OK. Majority of police officers are wicked, all right? And they're Freemasons, okay? You could look that up, all right? Police officers are a part of a secret club, okay, that's tied into the Freemasons, all right? That's why when they do the dirt that they do, you notice how they never get convicted. They always get away with a slap on the wrist. That's because they're connected to the powers that be of this world, man. Okay? So knowing that, okay, you're supposed to apply the scriptures. Scriptures, like it says in the book of Ephesians, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Okay? You already know that these police officers, you already know that these niggas got a chip on their shoulder. You already know that they're more than likely wicked. So you got to move with wisdom with them, man. Okay? You know? Because there's already a stigma on the black man, all right? And you notice how when the black man, when he gets frustrated, right, and he starts to show his frustration, everybody in the vicinity starts getting nervous and scared. That's because the black man, has more power than what he thinks. Okay, pretty much the whole world revolves around the Israelites. So when the Israelite man who's irrational, he got that effeminate mama boy spirit on him, he starts getting frustrated and emotional. Okay, the police are like spiders, man. All right, they're more afraid of you than you are of them. Okay, that's why they quick to pull out that gun. But anyway, all right, you had Jake that did not use wisdom, okay? And he ended up getting slammed on the floor and pinned down, and it was just a big ass mess. A mess that I guarantee you he could have avoided if he would have just played it cool. All right? Hey, brothers, to tell you, man, me personally, I done been pulled over by the cops a lot of times, because it was times I was driving with expired tags. It was times I was driving and my car didn't even have an actual license plate. And I done been pulled over by the cops plenty of times. All right. And, at first the cop will come, he come a little aggressive. Because, I'm a so-called black man and, he don't know what the fuck I'm finna do. He think I'm finna act like that Jake you seen on the video, right? But then when you use wisdom and you're cool, calm, and collective, most of the time they'll just let you go, man. All right? If you haven't done anything serious, you see? And while you're dealing with the whole situation, okay, you should be praying to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai the entire time, okay? Because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is in control of these police officers. Let me get this real quick. All right. This is Romans 13:1. It says, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of God. The powers that be are ordained of God. Yeah. So these police officers, okay, are ordained by the Heavenly Father, not in a like the Lord is dealing with them in a righteous way. The Lord uses the police officers a lot of the times to punish the wicked. Okay. So having that understanding, you understand, okay, this is all the doing of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, maybe to test me, to keep me alert, keep me circumspect. All right. And then when you pass the test, a lot of the times the police will just let you go. And the police will actually be a lot more receptive towards you when you're not emotional, when you're not acting like this, effeminate ass nigga. And I hate little niggas like that too, man. Just a fucking goddamn, just a crybaby ass nigga, man. All right. Like, hey, bro, be a man. You know what I'm saying? Be a fucking man about it, man. All right. Because a lot of you jakes be dead wrong when the police pull you over. You niggas be dead wrong, and you can't just be a man about it. You still, oh, no, don't touch me. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, be a man, bro. Conduct yourself like a man. You know what I'm saying? But the police, a lot of the times, they'll respect you if it don't have to be that type of situation. You know what I mean? You don't escalate it, you know, to that point. Okay? And you're cool, calm, and collective about it. All right? You see? So for a lot of these Jakes, man, that be getting gunned down by the police, that be getting hemmed up by the police, okay, a lot of the times, now sometimes, like I said, the police, they are wicked. Don't get that confused. But sometimes, man, you know, what was I going to say? Jake, you know, sometimes the police, they do just be killing Jake. You know what I'm saying? They will wrongfully profile Jake and just kill an innocent man that didn't do anything. Sometimes that does happen. You see? But this is why our people were supposed to gravitate towards Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, all right? And the Lord will protect you from situations like that, man. Okay? Like that George Floyd situation, all right? That wouldn't have happened to him if he was a man of the Lord, okay? Because first and foremost, he would have used wisdom, and second, the Lord would have been on his side. You see? The Lord would have made sure that didn't happen. But a lot of you Jakes, you just get so goddamn emotional. You get so goddamn emotional, and you know, you don't know how to contain yourself. You see? Because you don't have no wisdom. All right? Wisdom is supposed to guide you in all of your thoughts. All right? Wisdom will tell you, okay, yeah, the police pulled me over. Let me calm down. Let me just stay cool, calm, and collective. Right? Because you don't want to agitate that police officer. That nigga got a gun on him, man. Okay? He could pull his gun out on you for any reason, but you can't pull a gun out on him. You see? So you really can't, when you're dealing with them police officers, you really can't defend yourself. Even just putting your hand on a police officer can be charged as an assault. So you are at a big disadvantage, man. All right. You're at a big disadvantage when you come across them police officers, man. So knowing that, man, you're supposed to, you know, apply scriptures like harmless as doves, wise as serpents. OK, because you have to understand the disadvantage you're in, man. All right. A real warrior, OK, understands the best time to play their cards, man. OK. A smart warrior is not going to willingly jump head first into a situation that puts him at a disadvantage. All right. Smart warriors, real warriors, okay, wise soldiers, all right, know when and where to strike. Okay. And when the police pull you over and you're confronted with the police, that's not the time to strike, man. Okay, all that penal code shit, you know, it says in penal code 1385 that you're not supposed to come in with it. I'm taking it. You know what I mean? Jake be trying to do that shit too, trying to outsmart the cops. Okay, all that shit. All right, is how Jake be ended up. Jake ends up either with a bullet in their head, or Jake be getting humiliated in front of his whole family with a goddamn knee on his neck. Okay. And they roughing him up in front of the whole public. That's how Jake end up in them situations, man. Because Jake, first and foremost, Jake, like I said, Jake don't want to take accountability, man. Okay? Jake don't like to take accountability. Jake don't like to be told that you're wrong. Okay? And that's what the police do. They tell you, hey, you're wrong. All right? This, that, and the third. Your tail light is out. This is going on. This is that. This pulled you over for this. You see? And Jake don't like that. So then Jake get all frustrated. I'm not doing anything. I'm not even doing nothing. Just calm down, nigga. Okay? And see what the fucking cop says first, man. What if the cop, you know, I'm not saying this can ever happen. But what if the police pull you over and be like, hey, man, look, check it out, man. We got $100. Here's $100. We just wanted to get this to you. Jake don't even give the cops a chance to speak. He already frustrated and pissed off. I got to go to work. Sit your little emotional ass down, bro. Okay? And apply wisdom. All right? Let me get this last scripture right here. Because I seen that video. I was scrolling through TikTok a couple minutes ago, and I was like, I got to make a video on this real quick, man, because, you know, these type of niggas get on my nerves, man. All right? And you got a little baby kid like that. You know, let's say, for instance, if the cops use lethal force on him, right? You know, got a little baby kid like that. The whole neighborhood be crying for him. Hey, this wasn't supposed to happen. No. Okay. But then on camera, he's acting like a goddamn rascal. Okay. He's acting like a fucking rascal, man. All right. Matthew 5:25. It says, agree with thine adversary quickly. You see? You get in front of them police officers, man. Just agree with them niggas, man. Okay? Be cool, be straight. All right? Let's get that word agree. Okay? Let's get agree. Right? Just do what they tell you, man. If they tell you to do this, do that, man. Step over to the sidewalk. Can you step out real quick so we can check your car? Man, just do it, man. Just comply. Okay, so you can get them out of your face, man. Because the whole point is getting home safe, right? Not going to jail or not, you know, having your family got to make funeral arrangements for you. Okay, that's the whole point, man. All right, agree. To wish one well, to be well disposed, of a peaceable spirit. Look at that. You're supposed to be of a peaceable spirit when you come in contact with these police officers, man. Now, was that Jake on that video? Was he of a peaceable spirit? No, that nigga was full of strife and contention, just like his mama. You see? It says, whilst thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. Yeah. So, you know, now you in an even deeper, more desperate predicament. Now you're in jail. Now you got extra charges on you. All for what? All for what? Because you tried to prove how tough you were to the police. You try to prove that I'm not that type of, you ain't just gonna tell me what to do. You see? Because you had a point to prove. Now you in jail. You know? Now you got to go to court. Now it's all these different charges on you. And this ain't the time, okay, to be, you know, going to jail. All right? Now the time is going to come to where we are going to be persecuted. And some of us is going to have to be cast into prison. But that's a different time, okay? You know, that's going, you know, we're going to be comforted in those times because we know the scriptures. We know that, okay, this is just a test. That's literally just going to be a test, man. All right. But to be going to jail on your own behavior, doing stupid shit, this ain't the time, man. All right. These judges is hitting niggas with football numbers right now, man, for little shit. Okay? Little shit. All right? We live in a very evil, wicked world, man. All right? So you got to try to avoid, Salakia, you got to try to avoid landing yourself in a predicament like this, man. All right? You gotta avoid it, okay? Because this ain't the time to be caught up in Esau's penal system, man. All right? These devils are mad right now, and these devils, you know that hatred of the Israelites is brewing back in them. So if a Jake is charged with assaulting a police officer or not being cooperative, you know, they could fuck around and give Jake 10 years in this time. Well, that's 10 years, you know, 10 years in a state prison. You know what I mean? Them the type of times we live in, man. So, hey, you know, be wise out here, man. You know, I just wanted to make this video and show that clip as an example of what not to be, all right, when you deal with these police officers, okay? You're supposed to be of a peaceable mind, all right? That emotional shit, all right, that don't work for anybody but your girlfriend and your mama, okay? Even you women, too, because it be a lot of you women that, you know, y'all think y'all so cute, y'all think that y'all can't agree with the police officers either, man. All right? When you have this knowledge, okay, you're supposed to understand this, man. All right? This is why this truth is a lifestyle, man. It's not just a weekend hobby, okay? It's a lifestyle, all right? And if you lock into this truth 100%, okay, you could prevent a lot of disasters from happening in your life, such as being hemmed up by the police. All right. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. We give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Shalom.